It's Phantasy Star Online. Let's find some people to play with. Welcome to I never can say this word. What do people think that is? Skit hack server for PSO GameCube. So we're selecting which block we want to go on. There's only one block for the GameCube server, so we've got to go on that one. And we're in. We're playing live on the GameCube servers. Now let's see if we can get a game. Loads of people on. Hello everyone. Any games going on? Oh hey, loads. Quest is already in play. Truth at normal. Oh, lots of quests. So you can't join someone in the middle of a quest. You have to wait. Oh, they're all in quests. At least there's lots of people online. Oh, why do people do quests? Pooey. I have to create a new game. What fancy? Ultimate or very hard? Ultimate or very hard? Ultimate or very hard? Ultimate is really difficult on your own. You gotta kind of hope that people want to join in. Very hard is very manageable. I've got to do ultimate. No, I've got to do very hard. I'll do very hard because otherwise otherwise I'll wait to see if I can get some other people in. See, we also do server drop. You put it on the server drop. You put it on the server drop, you get Kraken. The Kraken? Oh my god, I love Sea of Thieves and the Kraken. We call it Kraken Fridays when we play it on stream. Ultimate, yeah, no, you know what? I'm gonna go back out. You're right, Ultimate. You're right. But I'm on my own though, and it makes it really hard. You're right though. You're right. You're right. I've got to do Ultimate. You're right. I'm just on my own at the moment. I'm waiting for my friends to come online. You're right. Ultimate is. You're right. Thank you. Thank you for making me see the error of my ways. I was just thinking more because earlier on today I ended up getting stuck on my own for a bit, and it gets really tedious playing it on Ultimate on your own because it just takes so long to kill each enemy. Because I'm only level 115, which, while is quite high, on Ultimate that's really nothing. Right, what do I need? Also, I love playing with this. Look at this thing I got. The PSO Phantasy Star keyboard. Good afternoon. Well, Kraken. I mean, whoever joins in, I'm kind of one of these people. I'd rather play with people, than I would not play with people. If that makes sense. What weapons have I got? Right. Let's just do that for a minute. Good afternoon, Eric. How are you? How are you? I mean, Kraken, I will do anything. Like the thing is, obviously, because you've got quests and you've got the normal game, haven't you? So I don't mind just doing this, playing the normal game for a bit, and then when people join in, doing like a quest or whatever. I'm pretty easy about it. I just love. I've been playing this game for 20 years. I just love it. I don't want any of this junk. Ah, shame. They're good. Yeah, no, exactly. That's it. VS. Why'd you say that? Ziu. You're right. I'm just grinding my. This is I'm just grinding my way to get to yeah, you're right. About 130, 135. You know, that's when you're doing all right with you can sort of do ultimate without any problems. I'm kind of just grinding my way towards that at the moment. Oh, that's not a good start, is it? Ah. Need some shifter and D-band, but this character hasn't got it. VCU. I like that. VCU. That's a cool name. Yeah, oh god, I used to get in so much trouble with the phone bill on this one. I used to get in so much trouble. And I've recently just defected to the GameCube version. And I say defected because anyone that knows anything about me knows I'm just like a huge Sega fan, and especially Sonic Team. So for me to have defected from my beloved Dreamcast, which is my favourite of favourites, and this is my favourite, one of my favourite games. Yeah, but I have to say, and I don't mind if yeah, the old dial-up, yeah, of course, yeah, blimey. And I don't mind if people want to revoke my Sega card by saying it, but this game plays a lot better on the GameCube. I'm just not quite powerful enough yet to do Ultimate on my own. Just not like, you know, I can get through it, but it's a slog. It's a grind. Just not quite powerful enough. Loz? What's that? League of... What's that? Legend of Zelda. Sorry, Legend of Zelda. Sorry, do you know what? I just... Legend of Zelda. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I love Zelda. Sorry. I just saw Loz, and do you know what? I play a lot of Sea of Thieves. I keep seeing SOT, so I'm kind of thinking, like, is that a new game? Yes, Legend of Zelda. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love Zelda. I mean, in terms of Nintendo, Donkey Kong is my favourite. Like all those games. I love Donkey Kong games. But yeah, no. Mario, yeah. Zelda's alright. I'm not a big fan of some of the titles, but I really enjoyed the SNES one, and the N64 ones are good. Wind Waker was cool. I played that recently on stream. Completed that recently on stream. It was good. I've got Brotherhood. Is it Brotherhood of the Wolf or whatever it's called? I've got that on the Switch. But I've done the full. I've done the full animal bosses thingamabobs. I can't remember what they're called now for life of me. The champions or whatever they're called, guardians or whatever. And I just haven't gone back and beaten Ganon. Oh, I'm gonna die. I just haven't gone back and beaten Ganon yet. And I don't know why. I think what happened was, as I was getting towards controlling it... No, Donkey Kong Country shouldn't get a remaster. Donkey Kong Country should just get a whole new game. They should just make a whole new 3D Donkey Kong game. Like, that Tropical Freeze is brilliant. Like, as a kind of Donkey Kong Country sort of game. But they should just make a whole new 3D one. Like they, you know, and a new Banjo-Kazooie game as well. Although that's rare, but, you know. Like all those really cool N64 3D platform games. They're brilliant. They're some of my favourite games. Oh, I'm really got to grind this out. I love Donkey Kong Country. I play that a lot, and I'm so... I mean, I play it a lot on the SNES anyway, but when it came out on the SNES emulator thing on the Switch, I was so happy. I've already completed it twice. I sit there of an evening in my bed when I can't sleep and just like put the radio on and just play Donkey Kong Country. I play it a lot. That Donkey Kong Country and Sonic I play a lot on the Switch. I haven't got the new Marios though, the new 3D All-Stars ones. I should really Rare should have stayed with Nintendo, yeah. I think that was one of the criminal things that Nintendo did, allowing them to get bought out by Microsoft. But money talks, doesn't it? And Nintendo are a business. So they were like, well, our shares are worth X amount of million. What was it? 120 million like 20 years ago, which was a lot of money back then. Like, well, it's a lot of money anyway, but like, even back then it was just like unheard of that a games company would sell for that much. But Nintendo, you know, they've been riding off those profits, haven't they? I'd love a new Banjo-Kazooie game, like Banjo. But what would it be called? Would it be Banjo 3E? That doesn't really make sense, does it? Banjo Triple? No, that wouldn't make sense either. Banjo Triple. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No, Blue Burst. I mean, that is my next thing. I mean, just to cut a long story short, without getting too into it, I haven't had a decent PC or laptop or anything for about 15-20 years. I recently like saved the money up and I bought myself like a gaming PC, a budget gaming PC, and I got it about February time. And since then I've been doing the streaming and all the other stuff and everything. And yet no, I haven't played Blue Burst yet. I know I need to get on that because there's episode 4, isn't there? There's like a whole extra, so there's loads of levels I haven't even played yet. Like so yeah, I Blue Burst, I will get there. I will get there. I still have been just started to play the second one. Finally, episode Phantasy Star Online 2. After waiting so many years for it. So, but yeah, I will get on that blue. But I'm just trying to complete these characters. Like, you know, I'm trying to. There's so much to do in these games. Like that, I find it gets to be overwhelming if you take on too much. I mean, just trying to get a character to this level takes months, as you know. So it's like, you know, trying to start a whole new character on a whole new game. It's just like, I mean, I've already started a new character, a ranger, on this GameCube one, which I'm playing through the one-player game at the moment. Yeah, these private servers work better than they did back in the day. Oh, I love episode 2. No, I love episode 2. I love it because it's so hard. I love trying to get through. Like the second, what's the name? The second facility thing. Oh my days, that is hard. Oh, an El Rappy. We've got El Rappies. I'll tell you what's hard on episode 2, the tower. Doing the tower. I don't think I've completed that on Ultimate, actually. I don't think I have. Not yet, anyway, but I will. I think I got to about level 10 of the tower. And it's like, is it 15? No, I got to the boss ones. That's it on Ultimate. I just got totally deaded. And I had no more scape dolls. Because I'd already used them all up by then. And I just couldn't be bothered to go back. It was just too hard. It just wasn't big. Just wasn't big enough. Hey, a CM drunk. What's a CM drunk? No, but I hear good things. Xenoblade Chronicles. It looks good. It looks like my kind of game. I just got. The problem is, with the job I do, I get so many. I have to end up playing so many games over and, you know, doing reviews and stuff that I just lose. It's actually like a bit. This is gonna sound silly, but where I end up reviewing loads of like I'm not gonna say rubbish, but lots of like sort of trashy indie games, like a lot. I end up not getting time for like games I'd like to play. The Xenoblade Chronicles is definitely on my list. Didn't they recently re-release it on the Switch? I really need some better guns for this character, desperately. Oh, God. False. False. I hate him. I think I'd like it too. I've seen a couple of streams of it, and I think it looks really fun. I think I'd like it. But there's so many games to play, isn't there? Like, you've got to pick your battles. Like, you've got to pick your battles. I really need some better guns for this guy. That's it. I might check that out. Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, I'll see if it goes on a sale or something. It's a game I'd like to play, but I've got so many games that I've got such a backlog because I review indie games like as part of my job, like for websites and stuff. I have to like really decide on what games I'm going to play for myself. Like, so it's tough. So at the moment, I chose Sea of Thieves because me and my brother, we really like pirates, and so I'm playing that at the moment, trying to get the pirate legend or whatever. It's a Wii U exclusive, is it? I don't have a Wii U, sadly. It's one console I've not had the chance to play with. I played it for a little while. Like one of the Mario games. I wasn't overly enamoured with the controller. Like, you know, I mean, this thing's bad enough. This massive big thing here. But like, yeah. Wii U was an interesting one. But you can't use GameCube controllers on it though, like the original Wii. I'm sure you can. Yeah, I should get a Wii U really. There's a few games on there I like the look of. What was that Yuji Naka game that was on it? There was a Yuji Naka game on it. Justino Chronicles X. Hey, why didn't that door open? Oh, it is. Hey, that should have opened. Oh, well. I wish someone would come and join and play me. It's nice to play this with other people. Let's see how my mate's getting on. I'll text one of my mates who plays this with me. Where's my blower? No, he's not responded yet. He'll come online. He'll come online. Yeah, so Xenoblade Chronicles, it looks a lot like this. Like, there's that other one as well, Monster Hunter. But I think when I played a demo, I think, was it a demo of Monster Hunter, I think I played. And, was it a demo? I can't remember. It was pretty good. Like a Capcom one, isn't it? It was a bit like this. But it looked a little bit too much like trying to collect things, which I'm not a fan of. I just like the RPG. This, an emulator. No, this is a real GameCube. Look, this is a real game. This is the I'm playing it on real GameCube. Real hardware. So it's really simple to get it online on the GameCube. If you've got a GameCube broadband adapter in the game, it's really simple. You literally just plug it all in. You go to this server which I use. There's a couple of them, but there's one I use called the Stick server, and you literally just get a code off of that, type it into the options on the game like you would normally, like a serial IP address thing. It's really simple. There's like, you just got to type 2 numbers into your GameCube on the options screen on the game, and it just works. It's amazing, and there's a really good Discord group where the devs for the server, if you've got any problems, they'll come and help you out. Like I had some troubles logging on, but I'm like a simpleton with these things. So if a simpleton like me can get online and be playing Phantasy Star Online, anyone can do it. You can even get the Dreamcast one online as well, but it's a little bit more involved. You need this thing called a DreamPie, and a laptop. So it's a bit more. It's a bit more. That's why I kind of defected to this one, because it's so much more simple. Yeah, I love it. I play this game constantly. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to get it over onto GameCube, I think, because I bought this controller like years and years ago when it came out for the game, but for whatever reason, I just carried on. Oh shoot! I just carried on playing the. The Dreamcast one. I don't know why I'd never bothered coming over to this one. I hate saying it, but this plays better on this. It plays a lot better. There's a lot less dropouts and stuff. You can't... Yeah, honestly, it's really simple. Really, really simple. You can get online on this in a couple of minutes. It's amazing. And it's a shame, but someone will join in soon. There'll be someone that will join the group. Ugh. I'm just trying to grind the level ups at the moment, just so I can be a little bit better. Like, my character's just not quite ultimate level yet. Get in there, though. Get in there. Look, we need another 140,000 to level 117. Get in there. The grind is real in Phantasy Star. The grind is real. It's a proper old school game. But no, there's a game I like. I want to get. I think if I didn't get that Xenoblade Chronicles, that Monster Hunter looks good. I played a little bit of it. I think it was my boyfriend bought it on the GameCube or the Xbox or something, and he didn't like it. He doesn't like these kind of games. So, how much was it? I don't know. I bought it back in the day, 20 years ago or 18 years ago when it came out for however much it cost. Then I got it imported from Japan, so I don't know how much it costs. I know they go for well over 100 now, £100, because my friend bought one recently, and that's a bargain. He got a bargain on it, so, and his one was nicely boxed and everything. But yeah, I'd say from Japan you could probably pick one up for about 80 quid, but you have to sort of know what you're doing with Japan. You've got to be able to speak a little bit of Japanese to do the deals and stuff. Not a lot, you just be able to understand that work. No, I'm playing it online. No, this is online. Oh, mate, it is expensive. You've only one. I wouldn't say it's rare. I mean, because I'm quite lucky that I import a lot of stuff from Japan and have done for many years. So I've got a lot of people out there and contacts, and I know how to work the systems and stuff. And you know, but yeah, if you were just sort of like just randomly saying, "Oh, I want to get this controller now," yeah, you could get it. It's not impossible. You have to just sort of just put a bit of effort into it. I'd say. No, this is online. It's definitely online. I wish someone would join in. Ah! Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me quickly just type some. Oh, look, in my haste to get it online, I mispronounced what I was going to write on the title. Can you edit it now? Whoops. But it's just brilliant. Later on, there'll be people joining on later on. In fact, I'll try and get a game now. I mean, I don't need to play this. I play this a lot on my own. Haha, I am Brandon. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I normally stream on the Twitch, just because I find it a better platform for streaming. But someone convinced me to come back. I mean, Brandon, I think I've spoken to you about this before. I get a lot of trolls on YouTube for various stupid reasons. I don't know why. I just do. And I especially when I tried to stream before, it was quite upsetting. I'm not gonna make a big thing of it, 'cause that's the by and the by. But yeah, Twitch though, I find it. I know it's not representative of the YouTube community because there's loads of nice people here. But I personally, my experience of YouTube has been incredibly toxic since I started doing videos. And when I tried to stream, it was just like horrible. I got bombarded with a load of trolls who basically just decided that they're going to gang up on all my videos and my streaming and just seem to have it in for me on the retro scene. But whatever. So I ended up going to Twitch and. I must say, but someone said, come on, try it again. Just come back, try it again. So here I am. Here I am. I'm not going to let the, Why can't you use Twitch? It's just the same as a YouTube. Oh, why is everyone doing quests? See, everyone's doing quests. I'm very lonely. Yeah, like, yeah, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not going to make a thing of it because that kind of then, that if I make a thing of it then, that, what's the word I'm looking for here to be diplomatic, that kind of justifies it a little bit. But I just found that streaming on Twitch a lot less toxic. You know, I'm every time I'm going to try, But, and it was a case of, okay, I don't seem to get the trolls so much on Twitch. Come on, someone play with me. Everyone's in quests. Stop being in quests and let me play. Hey, Bully's back. Why doesn't no one want to play with me? Tiger! Boo! Yeah, I'm defecting. I'm defecting to the other side. No, I just thought I'd give it a go because I've been testing the streams going 1080p on Twitch and they've been going really well. So I thought I'd test it out on YouTube, and I'm seeing how it goes. See, the problem is when I'm streaming on YouTube is I've always got this kind of like panic inside me that the trolls are going to kind of come on and just start being abusive. But I know that's not the attitude. The attitude should be just rise above it, which I do, and I'm learning to do that. But it's quite disheartening when like you put a lot of effort into stuff and you know. You're kind of really passionate about saying and other people try to like exclude you. In fact, I made a whole video about it, which I kind of regret making that video, but at the same time I don't because it was good to call them out on it. I do sometimes straighten my hair, yeah. Skate King, Bacon, how you doing? Tiger, you can't change your Gmail. I do straighten my hair. I haven't really done it today though. Normally if I straighten it, I put like curls in it. But I'm not going, that's if I'm going out though. I'll try and put a bit of curls and stuff. Your third Twitch account. See, the thing about Twitch is that I like is that I like Twitch because you can do so much fun stuff on the actual streams, like, and people can get involved and stuff. Whereas with the YouTube, it's a very passive experience. People can just comment. I like that. But I like YouTube obviously for the videos. I make YouTube videos and I enjoy doing them. Like I've got a great one coming out I interviewed Craig Stitt. He's a guy that worked at Sega, or Sega Technical Institute. And he's been releasing a lot of stuff. And I interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, but I went on holiday, so I'm editing that tomorrow. But I love doing the YouTube videos. But doing it live, I'm always there like just, oh, will those trolls come on or not? You know, why won't anyone play with me? No one playing? Oh, they don't like me. Why don't you like me? Oh. I have to create a team. So, but I'm giving it a go. I do want to, because I do like the idea of streaming on YouTube. I genuinely do. I'm always just like, I don't really want to have that apprehensive thing. Vimeo, Dailymotion, BitChute. Mixer's gone. Mixer was bought out by Facebook. It's gone. Streaming on Facebook just sucks. I tell you what, I tried that a couple of times, streaming to Facebook. Oh my god, did it suck. The interface is just so horrible. It's like, you just got no control over your stream at all. It's horrible. Come on, someone come play with me. $1440p. How do? Okay, that's interesting. So what's that? Is that like 2K? 2K. Is there like an option for that? Is that from Streamlabs? You do that in Streamlabs, Skanking. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, Mixer's gone. No, you're not that old. It only happened recently. I never really used it. I never tried Mixer. I never got I never got to it before you know, before you know, he went. Facebook bought it. What do you use what do you use, Bacon, for your Oh man, I really need to get someone online to play this with me. Come on, play! Oh, no, I get that, Skanky, but what I'm saying is, do you not use a streaming software, like before you stream it to YouTube? Do you not, or do you just, is it just like direct to YouTube or something? So I think YouTube had their own kind of streaming software, didn't they, if memory serves? Yeah, I've got a crappy old Elgato one as well, but I like it because it means I can do retro games on it. Oh, I've got that graphics card, GTX 1650. Is that? I use OBS Studio, yeah. So I use the other OBS Streamlabs. When I very first started streaming about about 8-9 months ago, I first tried OBS, but for whatever reason someone said try the Streamlabs, so I did. I think OBS is probably better for YouTube because there's not as much interactive stuff on there, is there? Whereas with Twitch it's really interactive, so I find the Streamlabs is like a little bit more stuff on there to add into your stream and that. It's like if you look on my stream now there, I've got that sticker party thing. That's a Twitch thing. That's a Twitch game you play with people on Twitch. Thanks, I feel great. I feel really good today. I feel good. I feel happy. I feel good. I'm playing one of my favourite games. I'm getting back out there into the world. I'm feeling positive. Feeling positive. Yeah, no, the OBS. I mean, I think what it was because I was very late to the streaming party, so I only started it like less than what? When did I start, Tiger? When did I start streaming? What, about last December, wasn't it? Last December I started streaming. I got that affiliate thing, didn't I? I had to wait for that and everything. And then and I was, I don't know why I got into the Streamlabs thing. I have no idea how I got, I don't know. I think someone just said like, oh, have you tried using the other one? There's another one that company does called Streamlabs. And I just downloaded it and started using it. And I like the interactivity of it, I think. I like the fact that you can go and program stuff into it as well. You can probably do that on OBS, but I never got that far with it. So now I'm just used to the, yeah, oh god, I love my Neo Geo. I need to get a decent, I need to get a better SCART to HDMI adapter. The one I've got is really temperamental and rubbish. And I also want to get a VGA to HDMI adapter that works. So I can stream my Dreamcast in VGA mode. Although I can just do it on composite or SCART or whatever. I suppose it doesn't make much difference for streaming. Ow! Stupid big turtle heads. I think the problem is though, Tiger, you're inconsistent, aren't you? Like you'll stream for a week and then we don't see you for we don't see you for another 6 months. Do they take that affiliate thing away if you don't keep going on it? Yeah, that's what I need. One of those OSSC things, or what's the other one called? FrameMeister. Do you know what? I'm a poorly gay. I'm a very poor game journalist with no money for those sorts of things. But one day, if I see one cheap, like going second hand on eBay, I will definitely pick up one of those. I think that'll be the answer to my problems, my streaming problems. Because if I had one, I know they're really good, aren't they? A lot of people have said to me, Faith, like, why don't you just get one of these OSSC things and it'll solve all your streaming problems? I just, every time I go to look at one, like on eBay or brand new or whatever, I just like, gulp, I don't have £150 right now, sadly. So I'm waiting for like one to come up on a Facebook group. FrameMeisters too expensive. Yeah, I saw one of those FrameMeisters. It was like £300 on bids on eBay. I'm like, wow, that's second hand. And I'm like, wow, it can't be that. How good can it be? All it's doing is converting a SCART signal into HDMI. Like, how much money does it really need to be? Is there really that much technology in this thing? But hey, that's the price. That's the price. What I do love, though, I do just love getting on the stream, though. This game especially, I want my mates to come on. I'm trying to like do some. Oh wow, yeah. How good the scaler is, though. Yeah, exactly. Does it? Yeah, that's it. I suppose there could be a lot of tech going on under the hood. Ultimately, though, I need to get something because all I've got is one of those dodgy £20 jobbies, SCART to HDMI off eBay, like proper Chinese knockoff thing, like, you know, non-branded, and it doesn't work. It just does. It just never works. I can never get it working. I don't think I've got the right cables for it or anything, and it's all just a bit rubbish. But I reckon if I got one of those, I'm going to call it an OSCI because it looks like OS-ski. So, because OSSC is just a long thing to say. So I'm going to call it an OSCI just because that's a funny word. The stream network called Freight Masters. Ooh. Yeah, well there you are. I mean, I'm not a particularly techie person, but yeah, FPGA. That's what you want, isn't it? That's what you need. That can scale everything and do all the different colours. So if you're playing like a console from a different region that uses like different colour, whatever, that'll be good. Man, this is long. It's long without other people. Come on, people, join me. Join me from Phantasy Star Online. Retro Tink. What's that? Is that one of those? I'm lost. Brandon, don't worry. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. I'm lost as well. But if you guys like me streaming on YouTube, I mean, I'll happily come back and stream. I think I need to build my confidence back. You know, I know YouTube. YouTube messaged me saying that they had they blocked a load of my trolls. I didn't report them. But someone else reported them for me, and YouTube obviously looked into it and messaged me saying that they'd managed to block all those accounts. I said, well, okay, but then they'll just make new ones, surely. But I don't know. Because that's what trolls do, don't they? They don't use their own. They don't use their real account. But whatever. I'm not going to get into that. But I'm happy doing this. I would like to do it every Sunday. Maybe do like a stream every Sunday of a different game or this game or whatever. It would be nice to get on the YouTube a bit more social, because I really like YouTube. I always just feel like I'm a bit of a. I mean, obviously you're there to view stuff. That's what you are there for to do. But I always feel like I'm a bit of a passenger on YouTube, because I always find when I try to interact with YouTube, I get because the trolls then jump on my posts and stuff. Even when I'm commenting on other people's ones, I've noticed that the trolls will then like try and put me down and stuff. So I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try and reintegrate myself back. Ooh, a Gladius, nice. Someone just got a Gladius on the server. Yeah, nice one. Cheers. Yeah, I like YouTube. I just find that you know, it's hard. I'm still going on about it because it's on my mind now. But it's hard to appreciate it when you get people that are like constantly trying to bring you down on it. But I've never had that on Twitch, which is why I like streaming on the Twitch, because I don't have that nervousness that one of a troll's going to come in and, you know. Yeah, it's good. I mean, the other good thing about YouTube, from a personal point of view, is that YouTube is the UK retro scene is more YouTube centric. The retro scene on Twitch, which is just as strong, and there's just as many people doing content and stuff, but it's very Americanized, so it's pretty much just all like Nez. Oh, hold on. Hello. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube at the moment. No, I've literally I just turned it on. I'm just testing it out, aren't I? The 10.8. It's just taking out the full HD stuff, and it's going really well. There's loads of people watching anyway. Everyone say hello. No, you're not a loudspeaker, don't worry. Yeah, you should come on. How are you doing anyway? You feeling better? Yeah. Good. I had a little bit of sleep earlier, yeah, while I was listening to the football results. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of a stream trying to talk to people at the moment. Alright then, so I'll see you Tuesday probably. Alright then. Oh, we'll just. Alright then. Oh, I'll see you later. Alright, bye. Sorry everyone, that's my boyfriend. He's been very poorly. Sorry everyone, I hate when that happens. Isn't that just always the way? What was I saying? No, I meant Americanized in a good way. Sorry, sorry that really didn't mean to come across as a negative. I just meant it's Americanized in the sense that like it's mainly, there's not many people like streaming Spectrums or Amigas and things like that. It's normally just like the vast majority of streamers who are retro in America tend to stream like the NES. There's not a lot of people streaming like Master Systems and there's Mega Drive obviously is popular in SNES and all that, but it's that's what I meant by it. Because sorry, that come out terrible, and I didn't actually mean it like that. Ooga Booga, that's an American exclusive. I don't have that yet. I'm trying to get all the American exclusives to my full set. Yeah, no way am I going to try and get all the Japanese exclusives. There's just way too many. What is up with this fly? Die, fly! Die! Why are you still alive? Here, kitty, kitty, kitty! Yeah, so I'm a big fan of the retro streamers on Twitch, the American. I love them. There's some good ones I like, some big ones as well, like Arcus and that, who try to do all the speed runs. But what I mean is like he's one. He pretty much just exclusively plays NES because that's kind of like what people think of when they think retro. Nintendo, isn't it? It's like that's fine. But in the UK we had things like Spectrums and Amstrads and stuff, and to us that's retro. That's. I'm gonna stop this conversation because I'm just gonna dig myself a big hole, aren't I? But anyway, my big point was before I got myself in some big kerfuffle. Was that I like the YouTube community retro in the UK because it's... start again! Faith! Blair! Right, the retro scene in the UK is more centred around, when it comes to videos anyway, it's more centred around YouTube than it is Twitch or anything. So, I want to kind of integrate myself back into it and make friends again with people because I miss it and I like the interactivity of it. As much as I love interacting with our American cousins across the pond, yeah. Yeah, it's Atari. Yeah, I mean that's the thing in America. When I watch the retro streamers in America, it's a lot of Atari and a lot of NES. Whereas you watch the ones in the UK, and it's a lot of, it's what the 8-bit computers and stuff. So that's all I was saying because I was talking to one of the American retro streamers and they kind of said that they'd never played an Amstrad or anything like that, and I was like, wow, you'd really like it. Well, would they like it? I don't know. But the point was, it was like it just, for me, if I can get back into the YouTube community a little bit, I just think I'd enjoy it. But that's what I'm trying. Someone gave me a pep talk yesterday and said, come on, get back to streaming on YouTube because you've got a lot of people that like you on there. F those trolls kind of thing. Just don't worry about them. If they come on, we'll just deal with them, sort of thing. And then we get the crazy Japanese weirdos. Tiger, yes, our secret gaming fetishes of importing crazy games from Japan that we can't understand but we want to play. I wish someone would join in. What is going on tonight on this? Come on, there must be someone out there who wants to come and play. I think what's happened is there might be an event. Yeah, I can't wait. I've got boxes coming from Japan. See, look, someone just got a scepter on the server. That's cool. I've got 60 kilos of Japanese gear on the boat currently. I can't wait to get it. Loads of Saturn, Mega Drive, Dreamcast. Oh, I've got some Neo Geo bits. Oh, I've got loads. Oh, the Japanese dating games. I would not. Do you know what? If I had the, if I was a millionaire and I had all the time in the world and didn't have to actually do stuff, I think I would try and track down a full Dreamcast Japanese set. It's about 700 games. Yes, it's crazy. But about I think it's saying like 300 of them are like weird Japanese dating games, which are some of them are very questionable, to say the least. Like, I mean, different cultures aside, yeah, it's like when I get my gear through from Japan, and I end up testing all the games, and because I buy big lots, like when I mean big lots, I mean like, you know, 60 Dreamcast games or 50 Sega Saturn games in one big bundle. You look at some of the pictures and some of the games, and you're like, okay, I'm going to put this in my Sega Saturn now, and I'm going to really pray that it's not some really, really strange Japanese porn that has been put into a Sega Saturn game. And you're playing it, and you're just like, okay, that one can just be given to then there's people that collect that stuff, and I just like, do you want me to just send these to you? Because I can't even sell them, because it's basically just porn. But porn in Japan isn't the same as porn in the West. It's just a whole nother world. Whole nother world. Yeah, I've got the full PAL set. That's only 200 and what? 17 games or whatever. If you include the different variants, it's about 230 roughly. But that's it. It's you know. But yeah, then there's about, I think, 31 American, what I would consider American exclusives that I would like to get. I've got a few already. I'm you know, there's a lot of fishing games and stuff. Like I'm getting through them, but obviously I ain't got a lot of money at the moment, so it's kind of all fallen by the wayside. And I got tricked into buying loads of Dreamcast stuff. Do you know what, Tiger? I'll send when I get my next stock through from Japan. If I've got any games like that, I'm gonna send them all to you, and I want you to stream them all so you get your Twitch account. Games to burn for stream. Yo, you are not playing Japanese Sega Saturn porn on stream. You are banned. You are banned from that. You can't do that. You cannot do that. I'm gonna get stuck here, aren't I? I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away! And we're back in the room. Oh, these flies are so annoying on Ultimate. Oh, I can't. Thing is, if you don't kill this thing, it just keeps making them. Right, half of it's dead. Get out! Run away! 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 They're so fast, look! Run away, run away, run away! Oh no, I died. I messed up. I got stuck. Ah! Damn it, this is hard. Yeah, but Japanese Saturn Snatcher is kind of like artistic, isn't it? And it's not really that much. It's not real, like, you know, it's not like real vid. The thing with the Saturn is where they had that video CD card, loads of people just like, oh, what do we do with video CDs? Oh, I know what we do. No, we won't make really compelling video games like, you know, use that technology. No, we'll just get a load of young Japanese girls and just make some weird games out of these things. Oh, flies are good experience. They are good experience, yeah. They are good experience. Before I go in that room now, I'm gonna drop myself a pipe as well. The flies are good experience. They're just bloody hard on your own. They are crazy, them games. Yeah, do you know what? I wouldn't even consider them hentai because I once spoke to someone from Japan who was like talking to me about hentai, and you know, but they almost consider it like. Whereas I think in the West, porn is kind of looked at as just like a kind of like subversion, isn't it? Like, you know, people enjoy it and people watch it, and it's okay to do that, but it's not really something that like gets celebrated in that sense, or people really like, you know, go, oh, I really appreciated that. But some of the Japanese, like some of it, they really consider it almost like artistic. You know, it's like celebrating sexuality rather than just getting off, which I think the Western porn is about just getting people off. Whereas I tell you, they're much more spiritual people in general, Japanese people. So while porn is still, you know, it's still porn, and you know, ultimately it's serving a purpose. It's not the be all and end all just to do that. Like I think they kind of celebrate it a bit more, and it always seems a little bit more cultured as well. Not that I've watched much hentai, but it always seems a little bit more classy in a weird way. Why are we talking about this anyway? Because we've been talking about Phantasy Star, and we're sitting here. Tiger, what are you doing? You're derailing the stream. Oh, I'm just gonna die again, aren't I? I'm laughing now. I try not to laugh at my own stupidity of getting roped into a conversation about Japanese porn. How did we even get to this? How did my day start becoming about talking about Japanese porn? I'll never know. I'll never know. But hey, that's the fun of streaming. Hey, at least we're talking about... Oh, God damn that! I hate these flies. Ah! Die! Just die! Die a miserable death! If I could get rid of these turtle things, I could then probably do it. These turtle things are what's sort of like killing me at the moment. Oh, he's still not dead. Ah! Ah, now I'm getting stuck. Oh, he's still not dead. Oh, finally. Right, I'm all right now. Now it's just a mop-up job. Oh, God, this is stressful. It is a random subject, yeah, you're right. I think the other thing is, in Japan, I think what I'm trying to say is, just to round off my thoughts about it, is I think porn's a little bit less taboo in Japan. They kind of celebrate it a bit more, like, you know, like, you don't get like that dirty skank kind of mentality like you do like in the Western world. You know, like geishas and that are kind of celebrated, like old style prostitutes. Like, you know, it's you know, they're kind of like, you know, I don't know. It's just, it's different. But the point being is, basically when the Sega Saturn released the video CD. This is way before the internet, obviously. So humans being humans, you know, rather than, you know, like when people first got the internet, what was the first thing they did? Okay, yeah, well, Tiger, look, I don't want to start getting onto like political stuff. To be honest, I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to comment on that because. But they're not. But Brandon, that's the myth. The myth is that Japanese people are so conservative. I think that's just a myth. I think that's just like almost like a generalization. They're not at all. Like, I know loads of Japanese people. Yeah, through various retro gaming-y stuff, and I think it's the opposite. I think they're respectful. I think people mix up being conservative with being respectful and having tradition. That's what I think. That's what I think it is. Yeah, no, they do, Sam. That they do. Well, yeah, no, but like the real geishas, like the traditional geishas, they're revered in Japan. They're like, you know, they're not just, you know, like they're like they're all treated like they're all like, oh shoot, don't die, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, they're revered. They're like, you know, they're like stars. You know, whereas like, you know, while some porn stars are famous, I wouldn't really say like, I mean, again, I'm going to generalise now. I wouldn't say many porn stars in the West are like, you know, thought of as like really, really like, you know, great people. But some of the geishas in Japan are like really thought of as like, you know, they're really respected and stuff. Yeah, it's a messed up world, Brandon. It's a messed up world. Before anyone does it, let's not make any jokes about eating fish. The geishas probably aren't junkies, though. Oh no, they're not. They have no need to be junkies. They're really well. Their whole lives, like they've got like maids and everything. Like they're really well looked after. They don't have pimps and all that sort of stuff going on either. Like they're in charge of their own businesses and stuff. But then again, I suppose I'm sorry. I'm probably overthinking this now, and this is probably we probably should change the topic. But like maybe like in Japan they also have like just like downright dirty hookers as well. But maybe like the geishas are kind of like, what do we have here? Like what do they call them? Like escorts, like the high class escorts that like, you know, they'll dress up in fancy clothes and the gentleman in the loosest possible terms got to take them out for a meal. And then if there's, you know, do you know what I mean? Like it's different to just, it's different to just like phoning up and getting a brass. You know, it's not the same thing, is it? Like it's actually a bit more thought out, a bit more planned, like a bit more of an evening, like, you know, the girlfriend experience or whatever. Which I'm sure plenty of gentlemen enjoy. So maybe maybe in Japan they still have just like regular prostitutes who like, aren't, you know, streetwalkers, streetwalker? Is that what you call them? What's the American term for? What's the American term for is it just prostitute? Like Julia Roberts? Yeah. I mean, she kind of got the best of both worlds, didn't she? She was like all she wanted to do was have the sex, but then she ended up getting roped into a whole thing. Yeah. I mean. Maybe that's it. Maybe we don't see a lot of the actual like proper prostitutes in out of Japan because we're so overly familiar with the geisha culture. You hated a Chinese woman. What? Just a specific Chinese woman that you hated? Well, swingers. I mean, that's getting onto a whole different thing, isn't it? That's sexual preferences. That's not, you know, that's not paid sex, is it? Why are we doing this? Why are we talking about this anyway? How do we get onto all this? But yeah, I just think it was just so funny, like true to form. True to form, everyone thought, oh, video CD, we could watch films on our Sega Saturn. Oh no, no we can't. No we can't. There's just hundreds of porn games. Let's just do that instead. And there's loads of them on the Sega Saturn. There's like hundreds of them on the Sega Saturn. Literally, to get a full Japanese Sega Saturn set is over 1,000 discs. And I don't know, I remember reading something about it. Something like 400 of them are just these like weird, well, they don't call them porn games, but they're basically just like weird ass games with naked things like jigsaw puzzles where like you've got to move the pieces around and it's basically the picture's just a load of naked women with their breasts out and stuff, and it's just like, oh? Or there's a series called Roommates. Anyone seen that? And it's very, very questionable. But again, it's different cultures, isn't it? So like, you know, that's you know, they have that whole schoolgirl thing out there, like, you know, which isn't sort of seen as paedophilia. It's I don't know. Someone explained it to me once, but it was odd. It's different. It's not odd. Sorry, that's not fair because it's the culture. It's just different. I really think I should change the subject. So, anyone been playing any good games recently? Oh. Hey, at least it's fun on a Friday. It's fun on a Sunday, huh? At least we get some good conversation. Yeah, I've had loads because I buy big bundles. I've had stacks of them, and yeah, do you know what? I couldn't even bring myself to sell them. I just like I knew there's a few guys I knew collected them who collect like all Sega Saturn discs, and I was just like, hey, do you want to just like, you know, do you want these? Because I'm not gonna. I just felt something inside me was like, I don't know if I want to sell this, you know, like I don't know if I want to like make profit from it. I don't know why, but maybe that was my own Western insecurities, perhaps. Who knows? I'm not going to overthink it, but I'm pretty sure when I get my next stock through, which is on the boat now, it's on the boat. It's on the big boat. I'm pretty sure when that comes through. No, I haven't been playing all day games made of cardboard. I haven't been playing all day. I've come back on it recently. You're hoping your car can be... That's it. You got... What car you got? What car you got, Brandon? Let's talk about something else. What car have you got? Let's not talk about Japanese porn anymore. I'm pretty sure what will happen is I'm going to get reported to YouTube. It wouldn't be the first time. Maybe this is why I don't stream on YouTube and maybe why I get trolled. My conversations divert to Japanese porn on Sega Saturn. Yeah, no, video CDs are massively famous in Japan. I've got some around the turn of the century, I got loads of I've got a couple still here, like Lord of the Rings video CDs. They come on like 6 CDs and stuff. Video CDs are awesome. Very, very. They were great. They were great. They were great before we had DVD. They were great. Yeah, it's got your Power Glove in it. Brandon, answer me a question. See, I would call that a Nissan, or a Nissan Sentra, right? But in America, don't you call them Nissan? A Nissan. Yeah, it's got your Power Glove. Star Wars trilogy. I don't have those on video CD. I'm not a huge. I love Star Wars. Like, I'll watch it, but I'm not a collector. Like, I'm looking at my Lord of the Rings collection now, and I'm definitely a Lord of the Rings kind of person. I have like all the DVDs, all the Blu-rays, all the books, multiple books of different kinds, all the Hobbit books, well, the Hobbit book in multiple different versions, all the Hobbit Blu-rays, all the Hobbit DVD. I'm trying to get them all on video, but Return of the King I don't think was released on video. And Nissan. And do you know how I know it's Nissan? Let's talk about this. Cobra Kai, right? Because the guy, Daniel's son, who owns these car shops now, because he likes his cars, and he was talking about, in one of his adverts that he does, he's like, we're lowering the price on Nissan. I'm like, what the hell's Nissan? And when it come up, he said Nissan. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. They call it Nissan in America. I like that. And do you know what? That makes more sense, because when I look at the word, and then I know a little bit of Japanese. I don't speak Japanese for anyone asks me, but I know enough because I play a lot of Japanese games, especially fighting games, and obviously I buy a lot of stuff from Japan. So I would imagine when they say it, Nissan is probably how they would say it. I'm guessing. So I think the American Nissan is more correct than Nissan, because that's a very British thing. A Nissan, you got your Nissan. That's I need some stuff from the shop. Oh yeah, don't be a pussy. I loved it. I love Cobra Kai. I watched the whole thing in one day. I watched the whole thing from start to finish, and I was laughing. I love Sensei. Quiet. Oh, he's just brilliant. He's brilliant. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I have to get it on DVD. I have to get that. I will still watch it again. Oh, it's just so brilliant. You're like, don't be a pussy. Be a badass. Oh, it's just brilliant. Oh, God. Driving. Yeah, I don't drive. Do you know what? I don't drive. Ni or ni. Nissan or son. Nissan. Well, let's have a look. So, how would it be pronounced? I don't know. I'd have to look at my Japanese vocabulary stuff that I have when I'm trying to talk to people in Japan. You can't just use a Google Translate, because it doesn't work like that, because it's not words, it's phrases. So it's really hard. But anyway, I don't know. I still think the American way is probably more true to... It's probably more true. Don't ask me why. Opels. Yeah, I don't drive. Oh, wow. Quiet! Now, I love that Cobra Kai. What was the phrase? What was it he said in it? I wish I could remember off the top of my head. I was laughing about 5 minutes. I literally had to leave the room, pause it, leave the room, and carry on laughing, because I just couldn't stop laughing. He said something like, do you want something along the lines of, like, don't be a pussy, be a badass. But there was a bit more to it. Oh, and it was so funny. It was just so funny. I wish I could remember it now. I honestly was in hysterics for about 5 minutes. Like, proper belly laughing. I want to play Streets of Rage. I want them to just make a... Imagine they made a Cobra Kai game, a bit like the Warriors, where it was Miyagi Dojo versus Cobra Kai, and you had to go around battling it out, a bit like the Warriors. That would be a great... That's what someone should do. Someone should mod the Warriors with Cobra Kai and Miyagi Dojo. That would just be brilliant. Ah, that's the game I'd play. That's the game they need to make. Cobra Kai versus Miyagi Dojo. Now that would be cool. God, I'm getting beaten up bad here. That would be a cool game. The Cobra Kai versus the Sensei Miyagi Dojo, Mr. Miyagi Dojo, whatever. What does he call it? Miyagi Dojo. Miyagi Do. Oh, it's so... That show though was so funny. But yeah. You want to be a pussy all your life? Do you want to be a badass? Oh God, I'm laughing just thinking about it. Oh yeah, I forgot I was doing this. I was living up. That's why I'm not playing so well. I haven't got my main mag on. I ain't got the main mag on. I'd be a lot more powerful if I had the main mag. That's right, I'm leveling up this mag. That's right. I wonder why I wasn't doing so well. My hits were doing less power. That explains it. I think when I go back, I might put on my super mag. I've got a super mag, which is just like badass. It's like if Cobra Kai had a mag. Anyone that's watching the game is not aware. Mag is like your little pet. So if you see those little things floating behind me on my shoulders, that's my mag. And my mag's like my little pet, like a Pokemon pet, and you feed it. But it's not just a Pokemon pet. It actually, like a Pokemon, it levels up when you feed it stuff. So you feed it bits and pieces from around the world of PlayStation, around the world of PlayStation, around the world of Phantasy Star, and it makes you better, and it combines with your own stats. So anyone that isn't familiar with that as a really cool element of the game. It's a big element of the game, and people that don't do the mag well tend to suffer at the game and don't get into the complexities of it, which is and when I've had people say to me, Faith, this game's rubbish, I've said, but did you play it and level up a mag? And they were like, no, what's that? And it's like they missed out a whole section of the game, like a whole section, and that's what gives you your special moves as well, the mag. I know season 3 of Cobra Kai. I cannot wait. I hope they release it all in one go. And I can just sit there with some pop. I've got my popcorn maker, and I will sit there like it's a cinema and just be like, "We get it on your projector. We get it on your projector, Sam. That'd be awesome." Miyagi-Do, quack. Oh yeah. Do you know what? No. I'm not going to talk about it because people might not have seen it. But the way season 2 ends is like, whoa. Yeah, totally forgot about that. The way it ends season 2 is like, whoa, what's going on here? Oh, can't wait for season 3. That's going to be amazeballs. Yeah, I don't really normally get into programs. Like, I don't normally get that excited about them. The last program I got excited about was probably Boardwalk Empire a couple of years ago. Well, a few years ago now. I got really into that. But, you know, that's just because I'm a big fan of Steve Buscemi. Is it Steve Buscemi? Oh, here's another one for you, Brandon, if you're there. Here's another one for you. In America, they call him Steve Buscemi. Is that right? But, like, when I talk to people in the UK, like, oh, that's Steve Buscemi guy. That's Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi. Poldark. I did get into Poldark, but only because my brother played in it. Actually, no, I was watching it before then. Actually, no. Do you know what? I did like Poldark before that. I do like Poldark, but I wouldn't say I got into it like I want to go and buy all the DVDs of it. But Cobra Kai, I would buy. If I saw the DVDs, I'd buy them. But Poldark, like, I wouldn't go out, rush out and buy the DVDs. But I'm definitely going to look out for Cobra Kai DVDs because I thought it was brilliant. I was quite a fan of Karate Kid, like when it came out in the. I was you know I was into it in the 90s. I was a fan. So, oh wow! Don't die! Don't die! Don't die! And I really like that Cobra Kai. I thought it was brilliant. But yeah, the last program I really got into. I wanted to buy the DVDs and I was looking it up online and stuff. Yeah, was Boardwalk. Just because it's so well made. Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi. Yeah, I would say Buscemi, but only because I've seen him in interviews and stuff, and like, you know, the person in the interview like, we got Steve Buscemi here, Buscemi. But I know some people in the UK like, oh, that's Steve Buscemi guy. But it definitely is Buscemi. That is how you say it. That's how he says it as well. Oh man, I'm messing up here. Oh, wow. I don't know anything about cars. I'm lost. I wish I could comment on your conversation about car parts. I want to comment. I like commenting. I like learning stuff. I'm lost. I don't know anything about cars. It's not something that ever took. I tried driving. I messed up. I realised that it's probably something I should not do. It's you know, some things in the world aren't for everybody. I worry that I would drink and drive. I worry I would do that because I know what I'm like when I get drunk. My inhibitions really massively drop, like massively, like not just like a bit. It's like actually I really will just do anything that I think seems like a good idea at the time. So I think it's sensible for me not to learn to drive because I do like getting drunk. So, you know, and I worry that if I had a car and I was drunk in my house, I'd be like, hey, don't worry, we'll just go up the road and get some beers. I worry I'd be that person, which is not a good person, which isn't not a good person to be. So I'll leave that to other people. But I'd like to learn. I like learning about stuff, so I'll happily learn how a car works. That's right. He used to be a firefighter, didn't he? And not a night. Yeah, I remember seeing that interview. That was really interesting. How, like, you know, he wanted to do his part because he was a qualified firefighter. If that's the thing, I'm sure it is. Yeah, that was good of him. I mean, that takes a lot of guts, doesn't it? Just to like, you know, you're a big celebrity and you're not doing it because you're looking to score points, PR points. You're doing it because you care. That's quite a rare thing in the modern world. Oh no, Brandon, me and Sam, who's on the streaming with us talking, we have a real thing. We have a real thing for people from Brooklyn. We love it, right? We absolutely love it. And our good old mate from Brooklyn, he always... No, Boston. Sorry, Boston. Oh, God, I can't believe I messed up. Boston. I can't believe I messed that up. Boston. Is Brooklyn and Boston? They're near each other, aren't they? Help me with my geography. But anyway, and our favourite guy, see if you can guess, he's a real famous American guy. And he always plays a Boston cop who's retired or something. And like, you know, he's a badass Boston cop and he's got to go and save the day and all that. He's our favourite guy. And he always plays the same sort of roles in his films. And he's great. And he's good in comedies as well. He's a good comedy guy. Boston. And we love it when we see him in a film. Because he's always playing that badass Boston cop who doesn't play by the rules and talks out the side of his mouth. Love it. Love it. I love it. I'd love to go to Boston one day. I think I'd really like it. And because it's the Celtics. And I'm half Irish, so I'm all about the Celtics. Right? And because I don't know if you know much about what I would call real football. You would obviously call soccer, Brandon. But in Scotland, we have a team called Celtics. And they're like Irish heritage. And just like you get all that kind of political stuff about the Celtics, you know, and the Yankees and all that stuff. Not the Yankees. What's the New York Knicks and all that? You get all that same sort of stuff going on. It's exactly the same in Glasgow in Scotland. It's the same sort of stuff that happens. So yeah, Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg. Oh, well, to be honest, I mean, I'm happy for people to talk to me about it. I'm not sure I'd go research it, if I was honest. I mean, what's wrong with the car? And I'll learn stuff. I like learning stuff every day. I like to learn at least something new. Ow! Irish car from Boston. I love it. I think if I went to Boston, I think I would find a second home. I don't know why. I just think I would. Because they drink crazy drinks. Like, what's that drink they drink? The Boilermaker, where like they put the shots of vodka into the pint of lager or beer or whatever you have, and it all fizzes up. Looks really cool. That's the sort of thing I like to do. Like, just make crazy drinks and that. And I think I'd get on with that. I think I really would. I love the sound of that, a Boilermaker. Do you know what? I'm going to make a crazy drink now. Should I make a crazy drink on stream and drink it? Let's do it. Should we make a crazy drink on stream and drink it? I haven't. Do you know what? I can't remember last time I had a drink. When did I last have a drink? It was over a week ago. I'm trying not to drink because I'm trying to do this health kick thing. But being an Essex person, that don't really happen. So, because, like, you know, we love all our drinking and that in Essex. I'm going to make a crazy drink on stream. I'm going to drink it. Should we do that? Should we do that? Should we do a crazy drink on stream? Who's up for it? Come on. Come on, people. Come on. Come on. Let's have a crazy drink on stream. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Can I set a... Does Facebook allow me to set polls or anything? Is there anything like that? Manage moderators. No? Oh, Saturday, that's right. So it was over a week ago then. So Saturday was Saturday, wasn't it? That's right, because I didn't drink. Does anyone know, is anyone any good with streaming on anyone any good with streaming on Face? What are we on? What platform are we on? YouTube heads. Hide the chat. Yeah, see, this is why I like Twitch, because Twitch has got all these really fun tools. I could make a crazy drink. I'm thinking I've got a can of beer in the fridge. I'm thinking pouring the can of beer out and then adding a couple of shots of JD to it. That will get me pretty smashed pretty quick, I think. We're on YouTube, that's it. Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, that's it. Wow, I'd love to go to America. Like, Japan and America is just like in my dreams. Like, I literally dream about being in Japan playing arcades, and I dream about being in America, just going to these massive places, like, and the food, like, and trying all these big food, like crazy food and stuff. Even though I don't eat that much. Like, but I'd like to see, I'd like to experience like the hugeness of it. Like, you know, because living in London where like everything's quite old, like the buildings are old and the streets are old and narrow, and you don't really get that sense of, obviously you get the sense of bigness with all the tall buildings in the centre, but you don't get that sense of vast landscape in England. We never, you know, we have our rolling countryside, but after a while, after like a few miles or say 10 miles, you always end up getting to another town or something. Like, I like the idea of America of just like hitting the open road and just like stopping off at a gas station or like a motel, and it's like the first thing you've seen for miles. I like that kind of idea of like vastness. Vodka and chocolate milkshake. I don't have vodka. Do I have vodka? Do I have vodka here? I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna make a crazy drink. Shall I do it? Oh, come on, come on, people. You gotta vote for it. You gotta vote for it. Come on, you gotta vote for the crazy drink. I'm excited. I'm having a good time tonight on the stream. So like, I fancy getting a bit. I mean, we've already talked about Japanese porn and prostitutes. So we might as well just get drunk and start talking about more random stuff. We've talked about Cobra Kai. We could talk more about martial arts. I'm a big martial arts fan. I like it when people talk about martial arts. Milkshake and banana smoothie. I've got bananas. How do I make a milkshake? I've got lots of milk. How do you make a milkshake without having like Nesquik or something? How do you do it? So I look it up online. So I look it up. Well, we're on YouTube. We could just look up how to make a. Oh, don't die, don't die, don't die. We could look up just how to make like a vodka milkshake. I bet that tastes like rank, but I could do it. But I could do it. Banana milkshake with vodka. No, you can't put vodka and milk together. Because I tried to make White Russians right once. It's like a drink called White Russian. You ever had it? If you get someone who knows how to make cocktails to make it, it's an okay drink. You make it yourself, it's bad news. It's bad news. Like bad. It curdles. The milk curdles. And I can't drink curdled milk. I will physically throw up, I think. Which I don't really want to do on stream. I don't want to stream. I'll just make a normal drink I know I can handle. Like a beer with whiskey in it. I know I can handle that. Because beer and whiskey ain't too bad of a mix. At least they're kind of made in a similar way. No, they're not. I'm just making that up. What I have at the moment, though, is I could really do with a second player on this. What's this? 5 Brooklyn states in New York. The 5 boroughs. Is that a bit like the 5 streets in Gangs of New York? I'm joking. What do they call it again? What was it? In Gangs of New York, they called it like the 5... What do they call it? Is it the 5... Is it the 5 streets? Nah, it's not the 5 streets, is it? What's it called? The 5 star, innit? Like the 5 star thing. And they all like kind of link up in the middle. Oh man, Staten Island. Yes, I'd love to go and see that. I'd love to go and see. Is it Coney Island? No, where's Coney Island? That's there, isn't it? That's that one. That's the same place, isn't it? Right, here we go. Let me just finish these guys, and then I might just have a quick break and go and make a really stupid drink, get myself drunk on stream. Because, hey, you know, why not? Might as well get banned from YouTube. Upstate New York. See, I love that kind of phrasing. Upstate New York. So, yeah, I don't even know what that means, but it just sounds cool. No, don't die, don't die. Uh-oh, we could be on for a death here, I'm stuck. As you can see, this game gets really tough. Just die! Big turtle face, barblehead. Ugh. 5 points, that's it, the 5 points. Right, let me just kill these guys and I'm going to go make a drink. I need a toilet break anyway, so... Oh man, I'd love to. I've got to get to America one day when all the COVID-19 stuff stops, and I get myself a job. Yeah, I learned something today as well, Brandon. See, this is why you communicate with people. I've now learned that Michigan Pie is connected to the Upper Peninsula or UP. The Upper Peninsula. Wow, America's big. So is that like we're in London, we have like what we call London boroughs, right? So it's basically just London, but just to make it easier for people to navigate and to, you know, break it down for like journeys and stuff, we have like what's called London boroughs, which is like what we call a council. I don't know if you have what's... I think in America you call councils districts, especially in New York where it's so big. I think you call it like District of Columbia or District of whatever. Is that right? Is that right? Am I making that up again? I'm just trying to go from like what I've spoke to people about where they're from in America and stuff. I'm trying to piece it together in my mind. Brandon, answer me one question as well. Answer me one question. Did you ever go to New Jersey and go down to Kevin Smith's shop in New Jersey? James Island Bob's Secret Stash. Because that, you'd be my personal hero today. Right, let me go. Right, guys, I'm going to have a quick break on the stream. I'll literally just be 5 minutes. I need a comfort break, and I'm going to come back with a really ridiculously made alcoholic drink. So, don't go anywhere. Whoops. Don't go anywhere, and I shall be back. Right, I'm back. Let's get my game back on. That's my game back on. So, I've got here. I quite like this. This is like a bitter, Bodmin's bitter, or draft bitter, Boddington's. I call it Bodmin. Don't know why. So I've got this. So I'm gonna pour. I'm gonna have some JD in it as well. So Brandon, like this is like what the Boilermaker, like a Boilermaker thing that you'd have like in America. So let's pour a little bit of that out. How much should we do? That's a few shots, isn't it? That's about 3 shots there. Oh, you've never been to Kevin Smith's shop? Oh. Wow, what's New Jersey like? The Jersey Turnpike and all that. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan, like massive Kevin Smith fan, and I love all of his movies. I love it when he talks about it and stuff, and I've got lots of his DVDs where he's just chatting and that, a bit like a podcast and stuff. And he's always talking about Jersey Turnpike and oh, it's brilliant. Right, so let's make our Boilermaker. Well, see, with bitter, you got to let it just stand for a minute, just so it can get its head on it. There we go. Look at that. Nice. So bottoms up. That's really nice. Well, I'm going to get drunk. No, I can't down it because I haven't got much beer left. Wow, that's strong. Might put a bit more JD in it. Woohoo! Right. Where am I on the game? Oh. Oh, you were quite young at the time. Yeah, so like, I was quite impressionable when Kevin Smith first released his first film, Clerks. I was only 10. But I saw it a couple of years after it was released, and I was just like, wow, because I'm a bit of a movie. Not snob, that's the silly word, but I really like, yeah, when I say I like films, I don't just mean like, oh, I like watching all the latest releases or whatever. I mean, I actually study film, you know, like I watch a lot of Japanese cinema and German cinema, and things like that. I'm really big into like kind of film noir as well, especially some of the American classics from the 40s and like 50s and that, film noir ones. And when I saw Clerks, and then his second film, Mallrats, it's just the... It was just the absolute... What's this? Oh, Toxic Avenger. Oh, yeah, Toxic... Yeah, I love that. I love the trauma films. That's my kind of humour. Just stupid humour. Like, you know, it's real slapsticky rubbish. God, that drink is strong. Woo! Gonna be getting drunk. Pretty colours. Yeah, so I'm thinking I might start doing a regular YouTube stream where we can just do stupid stuff on it. Yeah, no, I've got... Well, no, yeah, no, I actually watched that... I've got it on DVD. Yeah, that wasn't that good. Wasn't Kevin Smith's finest hour. I think a lot of the humour didn't really translate well in cartoon form. He's done a few cartoons, actually. There was one I hadn't even heard of. A Bluntman and Chronic one, which for some reason, it must have just gone under my radar. And that wasn't very good either. Bluntman and Chronic is like him, his alter ego. Well, no, Silent Bob is his alter ego. So Bluntman is his alter ego of his alter ego. Yeah, that's Kevin Smith for you. Grasshopper, die! Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not the best, the cartoon series, the Clerks. It's not that good, but yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of it, and what's great about it though, they talk about Julie Dwyler in that, who's one of the is one of the people mentioned in Mallrats, who is kind of the reason why the film starts, and it's crazy. And they also mention Julie Dwyler in Clerks, and I love the way with Kevin Smith films that they all just interact together. And you watch, one of the film, and he's got this thing called the Jersey Trilogy, which is like his base films, like his real kind of grassroots films, which is like Clerks, Mallrats, and Chase and Amy, and they all interlink. Like literally, you'll hear one character mentioned in one of the films, and there'll be a character in another film, and all that. It's brilliant. It's just so brilliant. Jersey Girl. Yeah, that was okay. It's not his best film. Probably his worst film overall. Oh, I don't know though. He's done some films recently that are proper weird. Like there's this one called Tusk, which is just bizarre. It's bizarre because it's Kevin Smith. It's Kevin Smith bizarre. And it's just brilliant. Oh, Toxic Avenger. The films of that are brilliant. Sam, you should watch. Sam, download, look up all the Troma films and download them on your download thing. They're brilliant. There's a brilliant Troma film called Ninja Surf Nazis Must Die. Yes, the name of the film is Ninja Surf Nazis Must Die, and it's just bonkers. Most people will be more aware of the Toxic Avenger films more than they will. Uh-oh, this isn't good. I'm stuck. Uh-oh. There's more. I'm going to die. Oh, I'm in a real corner here. I need to get rid of one of these wolf Golgus things. That's it. I'm alright now. I'll be alright. That's it. I'll be alright now. I'm surprised no one's joined my game. Normally, like, there'd be loads of people online. It's a Sunday. Yeah, there should be a few people online. And it's only 8:30 though. It's still quite early. A lot of the Americans come online a bit later on. And they're fun to play with because they get right into their Phantasy Star. Ah, getting stuck again. Ah! El Happy, you're dead. You did, suckers. You did. Yeah, you got Toxic Avenger. It's fun. Yeah, ridiculously poor. Yeah, but Sam, the point. That's the point. The point is, it's poorly made. It's supposed to be poorly made. That's the point. It's like it's like when they had the new wave of American cinema. And Brandon will know what I'm talking about. Well, Brandon says he's quite young, so. Yeah, that's it. We get 007. You get Ninja Surf Kabuki, whatever. Kabuki Man. Oh my god, Kabuki Man is brilliant. But Brandon, do you know what I mean when I say about the new wave of American cinema, like Easy Rider and Jaws, and the idea of a high concept movie? So I'll give you a little bit of a cinema history lesson. So in America, they have what's called the studio system. You know, like Warner Brothers, 20th Century Fox, Paramount, all that sort of stuff. And then it's all divided through, you know, distribution services and stuff. But in the 70s, people were just getting the ump with them kind of films. And there was a few directors, notable Spielberg and Lucas with things like American Graffiti and stuff. And they called it the new wave of cinema, where like they were trying to be more gritty and a bit more down to earth and lacking all that Hollywood polish, all that silver screen shine. They were trying to get away from it. Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD. I don't know what it was, LAPD. I can't remember, Tiger. But definitely Kabuki Man is just brilliant. But around that time, you had a few directors that were just like, you know what, we're getting away from all this Hollywood studio nonsense. And it's kind of what there was independent cinema before that. There was. But it was kind of seen as like highbrow or like, you know, posh people, French cinema, that kind of stuff. It wasn't really kind of looked upon as like something that people would make a lot of money for. Like it wasn't like well distributed or anything around the cinemas. But that all changed when it got to the 70s and people wanted something new. They were fed up of all this polish and all these like, you know, the hero big bloke who gets the girl and then they go through their problems. And you've got the stages of what's called a studio cinema film, where like they set the world, there's a world, they set it up, then there's a problem in the world and things get turned upside down, they've got to go and sort it out, and then the hero looks like they're not going to win and they turn it around and all that sort of stuff. And that was how films was. Like films had a structure. But when it got to the 70s and they done like the new wave of cinema, people were just doing real life gritty stuff like Easy Rider and stuff like that, where like there's no good guys, there's no heroes, there's no guy gets the girl. It's real life. It's like, you know, the real things that happen in life happen in these films. And it wasn't just, and things like Jaws as well, which was like considered like a high concept movie. And what they meant by a high concept movie was like something that people couldn't really relate to, but they were enthralled to watch. So like the heroes in Jaws, they're not heroes at all. In fact, they're kind of bad people in a way. Like they're trying to do the right thing, but they don't, and you know, they're not heroes at all, and they're just everyday Joes trying to put the world to rights. And it really stuck, and especially in America, that this realism that was like coming around in the 70s, people were just lapping it up. You know, it wasn't all cops and robbers and chasing, all that sort of stuff. It kind of took a lot of stuff from German cinema, but there's a lot of realism. Even if realism is mixed up with, you know, kind of like impersonation or things like that. So, yeah, no, but this is good, Brandon. This is what we want. Oh yeah, no, you love it. Oh no, I'd love to get more Troma. They've started releasing the Troma films on Blu-ray now, but they're only in America at the moment. But I'd love to start importing a few of those. I think they'd be brilliant. Yeah, you see, now you're getting into a different subset there, Brandon, because you're talking about like the 80s horror or the end of the 70s getting into the horror. The idea of a horror movie like that, there was never really such thing as a horror movie until like the sort of the 70s, like the end of the 70s. There was a few, but not how we would consider it. That's a whole new thing altogether. They are the traditional American like slasher movie is a subset of a high concept movie. It's like something far out. Like if you want to see the difference between a slasher movie and what I would consider more a traditional kind of horror movie, there's a film called M, which is a German expressionist film starring a very famous actor called Peter Lorre, who's very famous in America after the Nazis come into power. But it's about, I'm not going to spoil the movie, but it's about this guy that's tormenting a neighborhood, like Jack the Ripper kind of thing. Yeah, RoboCop and 30 minutes. Yeah, well, that's obviously high concept sci-fi. that's high concept sci-fi in a nutshell. Especially Terminator films, because they make no sense. But yeah, I find the history of cinema fascinating, almost as fascinating as I find the history of gaming. You know, it's something I should do more of. I should do videos about. Cinema, but there's other people that do that a lot better than me. I'm not very good at. I'm not the best at editing, so it wouldn't be good for me. Wouldn't be good for me. I think I've kind of like missed the boat on that. Doing YouTube videos and all the things that I'd be interested in, people have already made videos on anyway. No, I died! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! God, this drink is strong. I'm feeling tipsy already. I've only had a few mouthfuls. I'm such a lightweight. Woo! Okay, new drink. Bitter and JD. It's a good mix. Now this is enjoyable. See, I wish I got to have these sorts of discussions on my Twitch. The Twitch streams are more about... They are more about gaming and the games, which is fine, because obviously I love my games. But we do talk about films sometimes. Oh. Yeah, so you say see, and there's an interesting quirk you bring up there, Brandon, where American cinema, especially American cinema, has this real segue in it where, so like originally films like RoboCop and the original Terminator, you know, they're really very high concept fantasy or high concept sci-fi films where like it's taking people into a new world, yeah, that they couldn't live themselves. But what was strange with that, because that market became incredibly saturated, especially during the 90s, with the popularity of Terminator 2, and so many of those kind of films started coming out, it took a real segue. And by the time we get to Terminator 3, what about, was it 2002, 2003? Then it almost become like a bit of a joke, that genre, like not in like a funny ha-ha way, but just like critics, whereas before critics were like praising that kind of cinema for being like far out and you know, quite intuitive, you know, with clever plots and stuff and good dystopian features. They all of a sudden then went the other way and were like, we've had too much of this, you know. Terminator kind of was the pinnacle. Terminator 2 was like the pinnacle of this kind of film, and it wasn't until The Matrix, which then I think the problem with The Matrix, it set such a high standard for that dystopian type film that it was just kind of like game over for that whole genre. Because there was no way that anyone was ever gonna make a film as good, like, you know, as that. And then obviously around the same sort of time as The Matrix, you had that extraordinary adaptation of Lord of the Rings from, you know, Mr. Jackson. And it just kind of set this standard for films, where it's like, no one's ever going to reach that. And I don't know if you've noticed, but in the last 20 years or so, we haven't had any really good futuristic sci-fi movies or really good fantasy films. And when I mean good, I mean, if you see a fantasy film today, the first thing you're going to think of is, oh, how good is it compared to Lord of the Rings? Or if you see a really good sci-fi film, you get, and I don't mean like Star Trek type stuff, you know, that's a different, that's more traditional sci-fi. I'm just talking about like sort of you know, Blade Runner, human sci-fi kind of stuff, where it's more about the people than it is about the settings. Social Justice Warrior Terminator. Ninja Turtles and Street Fighter, yeah, they're all good. The original Turtles film was brilliant. Well, it's good for a kids' film. Like, no. Also, I think nostalgia comes into play as well, because kids now, you know, yeah, Harry Potter, I don't really consider that a fantasy movie. I almost consider that like a British children's escapism movie, I would call it. I don't really think it's obviously a fantasy setting because it's wizards and ghosts and whatever else it's got in it. But it's not traditional fantasy, like, you know, with the warrior classes and all that, like Dungeons and Dragons sort of stuff. But there's not been many films like that, especially in the sci-fi genre. Especially in sci-fi. I think the last good sci-fi film I watched that I thought, wow, that was really well made, was probably Inception, the Leonardo DiCaprio. And what I think is happening in the world of cinema is people are starting to go back to this kind of idea of the American New Wave, where they want real people with real stories. So like films like Wolf of Wall Street I know that's based on a true story, so yeah, slightly different. But I think those sorts of films now are really coming back into fashion, and where things like the high concept movie were massive big sellers 20 years ago, they're just not anymore. Basically what I'm saying is the Matrix killed the genre by elevating it to such a standard. Same with Lord of the Rings, it elevated those high concept films to such a standard that we can't get back to it now. Like, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean, it's kind of a fantasy film, I suppose, but it's more of an action comedy, isn't it? But yeah, you know, I think what's happening now, the good films now, we're getting back to this idea of realism, like where there's real people and there's real sense of you're getting to know what these people are feeling, and it's not really about what's happening, but it's more about what's going on inside the people, what's going on inside their hearts and their minds. Double Dragon, yeah, that's a great one. Oh, I love talking about films. Yeah, the first one, you know, cinema masterpiece. The second and third one, just action romps. You know, they lose a lot of that story. I think they lose a lot of what makes that good. What makes those films good. Well, in case I die, I'm going to put myself a walk down because I'm probably going to die. Yeah, I like the Matrix films. I do like them. I'm more into thinking like if it was me and I wasn't a big Hollywood studio, I'd have made the first Matrix film. I'd have deleted that bit at the end where he's flying around because I thought that just looked a bit shit. Like, with all the great graphics they did, I just thought they really dropped the ball on that scene right at the end where he's flying around in the sky like Superman. I know they're trying to give the idea that he's now risen above the programming and he can do whatever he likes. I get the point of that bit at the end, but I thought it just looked a bit crap. They could have done that in such a better way. Didn't have to have him flying. They could have just done it as, like, you know, him manipulating the world for the greater good, like helping a child out or something, to make it a bit more poignant, and have a bit more nuance to it. And I would have deleted that or done something slightly differently, and I would have left it. I would have left it at that. I wouldn't have made a second film, and I wouldn't have made a third one. I wouldn't have made like I know they wrote it as a trilogy. They should make a Mega Man film. Oh no, what? Nah, not a film. Not a Mega Man film. They should do a really cool. They should get someone like Pixar, like the animation Pixar, to do a really cool Mega Man animation. So it looks cartoony. I think if you try to do Mega Man, as a real live action film, I think it will just come out so poor, because Mega Man's got that really funny like square 8-bit shape, hasn't he? Like the kind of the big head, the broad little square shoulders. You couldn't put that into a person. You couldn't make that. Something that would probably make a good film would probably be Metroid, because Samus the character looks quite realistic, you know, as a character, like, you know, in body proportion. So Samus would probably make a good one. Oh shoot, I need to get some money. I need some money. Good job, I got a lot saved in bank. But yeah, I'd be up for it. I'd be up for a Mega Man animation, maybe like a proper, what do they call it, anime one. Like get some real Japan, like really detailed Japanese artists to make it, and get Capcom to do the music and stuff like that, like they did with the how many people have seen the Street Fighter mangas? Like manga signed up with Capcom to do the Street Fighter manga series, and it's really true to its source material, like really true. Whereas the Street Fighter movie in America just got butchered. Yeah, it just got absolutely butchered to death. You know, terribly butchered. Did I just buy the wrong thing? I think I did, didn't I? Damn it! I think I just bought the wrong thing. No, I didn't. What's all this crap I got? Better keep those other things. Oh, it's nearly 9 o'clock. I wish someone would come and join my game. So much better when you're playing with more people. Yeah, and again, because Link is, while a little bit disproportional in terms of human anatomy, he's not so out there, is he? Like, you know, especially in the more modern games, he's very much oh, that's a long word, anatomically correct. Right, let's put another one of those down in case I die. And Zelda's got quite a good story, whereas Mega Man's, I don't know, if you play some of the later Mega Man X games, I'm not going to say the story gets in depth or anything, but there is stuff to it. Yeah, the Zelda film will be good, I think. I think that would be like the Sonic movie. I think they'll do it really good. Like, they'll really think about it. And because it's Peter Jackson, he's not gonna let something shit leave the studio, is he? Let's be honest. He's a quality filmmaker, and he's gonna have a huge budget for it. So he's not gonna go like, oh, I better rush this and get it out. That's just a Nintendo. And so you got to think here. You've got Nintendo, who are all about the quality. Let's say, Nintendo don't let a game come out if it's crap. They're just like, no. So they're not going to let a film be released. I don't know. God knows how they let that Mario film be released. But anyway, let's not get into that. But they won't let a crap Zelda film be released. And Peter Jackson's the same. So him and Nintendo will really be on the same page. Whereas the studio, do we know who the studio is yet? It's Peter Jackson, so I'm going to assume it's New Line, but not necessarily, because apparently he's kind of losing a bit of ties with them. But the point being, it might be Paramount. Paramount seem to like their game adaptation film. They've done quite a few, not just the Sonic movie. And I'm thinking that I think that will be a really good film, and I'll definitely go and see it on the day it comes out, because I like Zelda. Like, you know, I'm not like a huge Zelda fan. Like, you know, I'm not like, oh my god, it's a new Zelda game, but I like playing them. I do really enjoy them. Like, when I'm playing one, I'm like, actually, this is really fun, really well made. Mr. Miyamoto, he's done it again. He's done the business. Oh, I'm feeling a bit tipsy. Well, I think there's enough material there to make a good story without going too far from the source material. I mean, Sonic, they went a bit far from the source material, rightly or wrongly, but they did it tastefully. They did it in a way that, like, it still kind of made sense, like, in a way. Mega Man X5. Yeah, see, I've played one of my favourite games. Like, it'll probably, if I did a top 50 games, it would make it with the original Mega Man X on the SNES. I've just got this weird thing where I really like playing it on the SNES system with the Advantage stick. Don't ask me why. It's a platform. It doesn't really need it. But there's because the controls are quite complicated on Mega Man X. Like, you've got to use a lot of the you know, you've got to do those slide moves and the double jumps and all this other stuff that happens. It's almost like a fighting game in a weird way. It's almost like a fighting game, Mega Man X, because there's so much going on. And I think that's why I really got into it. I wasn't so keen on Mega Man X2. I liked it and I completed it, but I sold my cart of it about a year ago because someone offered me loads of money for it. And I was like, well, I just really like the first one. And I've played Mega Man X5. The Zelda film. No, I think they are. No, Sam, I think they are doing a Zelda. I don't think you made that up. I think that's in your subconscious. You heard the news as well that it's kind of... I mean, it won't be for a couple of years. I think they're still in like sort of pre-production. Like, you know, before they even get to filming and stuff. But I think they are doing a Zelda film. That's not a made-up thing. I think Nintendo are up for it. Just don't do another Mario film. Please. Some guy that goes down sewers and stinks of sewer crap and jumps on mushrooms isn't good. Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. Oh, damn it. Right, how am I going to get this guy? This guy will kill the crap out of me. Let's just try and shoot him up a little bit. Oh, wow, see? This is what happens. Oh, dear. We could be on for a death. I like the idea of Mega Man X5. I mean, number 4. Number 4 is not that good, but number 3 is good. 1, 2, and 3 are excellent. Ow! Number 4. The problem with number 4 is I didn't kind of like the art style as much. I thought it was trying to be too cute, like by trying to be too modern. Does that make sense? Mega Man X4? It's a great game though, like, and it's too heavily reliant on Zero, who isn't my favourite Mega Man character, so... Ah, I got him in the back. Got him! Got him without dying. I don't know if Peter Jackson's the director. I think what happened was, and I might just be making this up, but I just remember seeing it on Twitter, and we can't believe everything on Twitter, but I think someone said like, oh, Zelda has gone into like, you know, free talks or whatever. I think Peter Jackson would be a great fit for it, especially if they're trying to appeal to a Western audience. But Mega Man, that is very Japanese, and I think they really should make that like an anime. Get manga or one of those anime companies to do it. But Zelda, I mean, if you see interviews with Mr. Miyamoto, he even says that he got the idea for Zelda on reading like fantasy novels from America and UK and stuff. So that's where the idea comes from, this idea of a fantasy. Because if you notice in Zelda, the story tropes in it aren't really Japanese at all. If you know anything about Japanese, like what we would call fairy tales. What's the name in Japan? Oh, come on, Faith. You're good at this. In Japan, they're called, let's just say traditional stories. And that idea of like children's folk tales and traditional stories and fairy tales or whatever word we want to use, they're very different in Japan. Where like, you know, like most fairy tales will have like some sort of like lesson for someone to learn. That's very, very not the case in Japanese fairy tales. So there's never really a lesson in the sense of we would think of it as a lesson, like, you know, don't do bad things, or, you know, don't double cross your friends or whatever, or don't disrespect your family, or whatever the message would be in a Western fairy tale. It's different in Japan. The messages are totally different. The messages are normally things like, the world is dangerous, or the world sucks, or you know, it's not always negative. There is sometimes some positives, like, you know, where it's like, you know, but the message isn't less about you as a person and more about the world. Again, we're coming back to this cultural thing. Number one is double hard. I don't know. I mean, I think once you've completed it a lot of times, like I have, because I like it a lot, I think you kind of get used to like the toughness, and once it kind of starts clicking, like a lot of people say that some of the Sonic games are hard, and I just laugh and go, what? But that's only because I've been playing them constantly for like 30 years. So like, to me, it's just like I could do it blindfolded. I literally could play the first game blindfolded, but, you know, if I wanted to, and probably get through it. It's like, that's the thing, isn't it? If you play a game enough, you'll get really good. Same with Street Fighter. People are like, oh, I find Street Fighter really difficult because I can't do the combos or the push moves. And to me, it's just like, as soon as I play a Capcom fighting game, it's just like it's like riding a bike. It's like automatically I'm straight in there doing all the big moves within seconds of playing the game, because like I know how to play them. Same with Mega Man games, because I played them, well, especially Mega Man X a lot. Wow, that's a good ray gun. Yeah, I'd love it if they made. I'd love it if they made a Zelda film. I think they could do such a good job on that. Man, I've been playing this game all weekend. I really should stop playing it. Did you make a movie mistake? What are you doing, Wolfie? Hey, do you know what's wrong with Wolfie? Ow! Ow, 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 ow. Not sure what that even did. Yeah, but I suppose that that comes down to knowing the game, though, doesn't it? Like that's just a learning thing. That's not the game's hard. It's what it is hard, but that's more a learning where the enemies are going to appear and stuff. And memorizing is like muscle memory. Mega Man, it's like remembering, because like when you're dying, you've got to start the level again or whatever. And these bloody grasshoppers are just doing me in. Well tough. Die! Take so many hits. Like every enemy's like a mini boss. Oh, thank God. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, I'd say Mega Man X on the SNES really does. I mean, it really stays true to its source material wonderfully on the NES games. It's really, really wonderful. Ow! Now we've got. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. Ow! Ah! Ah! This is killing me. Ah! Oh! Now I'm paralyzed. Woo! Should we put more JD in the drink and get proper drunk? Woo! I'm gonna make myself sick. Woo! Whoa! 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 Woohoo! Woo! Ah! This made me look. Look, this is ridiculous. Right, I need to think of a strategy here because I can't even get out to shoot them. Good evening! Oh, don't worry, just getting drunk on stream. Playing Phantasy Star, of course. Oh, yeah, look. You've seen this before. You've seen my Phantasy Star keyboard thing. How cool is this? Oh, I'm feeling well pissed. It's well good. It's hard playing Phantasy Star though when you're drinking. Ah! He got me. If I could get rid of one, I'd be alright. Ah! How have you been? I haven't spoken to you for a while. Wah! Ah! Right, let's try and avoid them as they jump. Ah, oh my days! This is well tough. I think I need to get... I don't think the sword will work. One could just die. I'd be alright. Hey, I should be alright now. Whoa! I stayed it way too early. No, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Ugh. Way, there we go. Woo! Still got 100k experience to go before I get a level up. That's insane. Oh, I'm alright, yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what? I woke up in a really good mood, and I just thought I'm going to carry on streaming, and I'm just testing out streaming on normally I do all my streaming on Twitch, which I really like, and I won't ever leave that. But someone convinced me to come back and give it another go on YouTube because yeah, you know, they gave me a bit of a pep talk, and the reason why I stopped was because of the trolls. I'm not going to get into all that again. And I thought, yeah, I'll come back. And I woke up in such a good mood. And I'm like, yeah, do you know what? And also, a double thing for it was testing, because I've just started streaming in full HD in 1080p. So, because I managed to upgrade my computer and stuff with an SSD drive and all these other bits. So, so I tested it on Twitch and it worked very well. And it seems to be okay so far on the YouTube. So I just wanted to test it out, really. Now I can start streaming and recording in full HD. So yes, hopefully it leads to a lot more streaming on YouTube. Yeah, see you later, Sam. Enjoy work tomorrow. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm no expert. I don't pretend to be an expert in any capacity, but I've learnt a lot doing the streaming. Do you use a software? Do you use a streaming software? Oh, all right. Do you know what? We had a chat about streaming earlier with Bacon, Skanking Bacon, who's a pretty fun streamer. What is it? Let's go through yourself. What is he? What is it? Take me through your journey. What the hell is that? Oh, hold on a second. Someone's at the door. That doesn't make any sense. Oh. Wow, I thought I was safe in there, almost died. Sorry, how weird is that? People delivering parcels at 9 o'clock at night on a Sunday. That's the modern world for you. I thought they couldn't get in there, you know. Well, yeah, I think you've just hit the nail on the head there, haven't you? I mean, to get to a 1080p stream, I've had to upgrade. I mean, I bought a gaming PC in January, February, which was a really basic one, and I've been upgrading it, and I couldn't do 1080 streams until I added more RAM, added a better hard drive, added some fans, overclocked some stuff, made sure I set my RAM up correctly on the BIOS screen. Yeah, I think the problem is, if you've got an awful laptop, I had this problem when I very first started streaming. I had an awful laptop. I had like an old laptop. It was just terrible, and you know, the problem with streaming is it's very, as you can imagine, it's very graphic heavy, because what you got to imagine is happening is the graphics card is processing all that information and then sending it down the internet. And you need a really good graphics card that can constantly keep refreshing it so quickly to keep it a constant stream. I haven't got the best. My graphics card is now my bottleneck. But adding some RAM, adding an SSD, a solid state drive, and making sure that my computer was set up correctly, like going to the BIOS. Like one thing, a good tip I had. Yeah, you do. Honestly, if you want to stream properly with overlays and everything, you've got to have you don't need a rocket ship. You don't. You honestly don't. But you've got to have a half decent PC, because if you don't, you just. I struggled to get streams going when I was on a laptop. It's just not powerful enough. Unless you've got some like absolute rocket ship of a rocket ship of a you know, a laptop, like some proper brand new gaming laptop thing that costs thousands of pounds. Oh, there's loads. Oh, I know what's going on here. I know what's going on here. Ah, they always trap me. Got away, I got away, I got away, yay. So, okay, right, so yeah, I mean, I'll take you through what I do. I can take you through exactly what I do. So I have a program called Streamlabs, which is an OBS thing. You've got OBS. I use one that's pretty much the same thing, but it's a bit more modern interface and stuff. Same thing though, same difference. I've got a 1080p webcam, which is a Logitech one, and I use Logitech's own software, which OBS picks up on, and then you can use that. And I've got a capture card called an Elgato, which allows me to put composite in and HDMI in, and component. And you know, so that's how I've got this running at the moment on crappy composite. Obviously, I wouldn't play the game myself on composite, but it makes it easier to stream, and it doesn't come out too bad on the stream. But yeah, it sounds to me like it's not really about you not being able to set it up. It just sounds more like you just need a bit more grunt behind it, because you've got to think. You know, you're running this software, so your PC's your laptop's running the OBS software. That's one thing it's doing, so processing all that video and sound, which is heavy, and then you've got to try and bottle it up and send it down the internet. You need lots of RAM. I mean, what's the RAM of your laptop, for instance? If you haven't got like minimum of 16 gig, you're doing it wrong. I'd say that's like the bare bones minimum to stream a decent quality stream is 16 gig. And that's just the RAM. That's one little part, the RAM. You know, you need a solid state drive, which a laptop maybe has, maybe doesn't have. So, like, you know, move your Windows over to a solid state drive always helps. That speeds up a lot of the processing. And obviously then you're starting to get down to the big things like graphics cards and processor speeds. It's like, you know, I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm not a techie person, but I've learned a lot about computers doing the streaming, about what makes a good stream. Listening to other people, reading up about upgrading computers. But there's stuff you can do yourself which doesn't require money. Like, one thing I didn't realise was... Let me try and get out of this because I'm about to die. One thing I didn't realise... Right. You know, like... Yeah, recording's one thing, isn't it? I mean, what you got to remember with streaming is it's doing both things. It's recording it. So it's got to record it first to make the image, and then it's got to send it down the internet. So it's got to do all that stuff. It's doing quite a lot. What I learned, a really simple tip, and I don't know what it will be like on laptops, but what I noticed was, even though I got a sort of a custom-built gaming PC, most motherboards, like, you know, like a motherboard, like the main part of the PC which links everything together, that has lots of options on it that you can access by pushing F2 normally on Windows. And what you'll notice is when you get into those options and start fiddling about with them, there's so much stuff that you realise your PC isn't doing. But the first thing I noticed my PC wasn't doing was I have RAM that is... I'm going to get a bit technical now. But my RAM, because I've got a budget gaming PC, my RAM runs at 24 megahertz. Which I... Sorry, 2,400 megahertz or 24k mega... I don't know, whatever. 24 MHz and 2400 MHz. When I went into my BIOS settings, I noticed that all of the... Because I've got 4 RAM slots on my motherboard, and I've filled up 3 of them now to get some extra RAM. And all of them are running at 2100 megahertz. So, while the actual RAM sticks themselves had the capacity to run at 2400 bits, whatever. Again, I'm not a technical person. I don't know what it means. But, yeah, 2400. They were only doing 2100 or 2133. So you could set them. So I could set all 3 of my RAM sticks to be 2400. And I was like, wow. So I've just gained myself like an extra 300, you know, 300 or 400 like megahertz out of my RAM. And that's just the RAM. That's a simple thing. And then I downloaded a really simple overclocking software. Really simple. When I mean simple, I mean literally just downloaded it and there's a menu. And I could overclock my graphics card. I could overclock my processor. And what I did was I just nudged it up, and it's all in percentages. So I just nudged up the processor by 5%. I nudged up the graphics card by 5%. And all of a sudden, Sea of Thieves, which is a game I stream on Twitch, set all the settings to maximum by itself. And it's like, wow. So your computer, whatever it is, isn't running at full capacity. So, you know, a little bit of research, a little bit of fiddling, and you might find your laptop can do a lot more than you think. Just have a look at it. Research. What I would suggest is when you turn on your laptop, push F2 or whatever the button is to get to your motherboard settings. Just have a little look. Does it match up with the specs of the components? Because everything's set to default normally. And the defaults are pretty low. I don't know if, you know... Yeah, the RAM changes, yeah. I mean, I was shocked. I was shocked that my RAM that I bought, and it all matched up in my motherboard, but my actual motherboard wasn't making the most of it. And this was a really simple thing in my BIOS. There was no programming or anything. It was a simple option. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, I had to do all this crap and do stuff. It was a simple menu in my BIOS menu, where it was like, I went to it, I found the RAM, and I could see all 3 sticks. When I first got it built, I got one that was 4 gigabytes, and then since then I've bought 2 8 gigabytes myself to get the RAM up to 20 gigabytes. But when I went into the RAM options on the BIOS screen, they were all set at 2133, even though I knew they were all 2400. And all I had to do was select from the BIOS menu, oh, set RAM to run at 2400, and I noticed it. And my computer went from loading up this is going to sound stupid, and in the real world doesn't really make a difference, but my computer went from loading up in about sort of 30-40 seconds, suddenly started loading up in about 20 seconds. And I was like, wow. Then I had my Windows files on a normal HDD hard disk drive, a traditional one, which has like moving parts and like a spindle and all that. And I just spent £40 buying a 256 gigabyte SSD drive from SanDisk, which comes with its own software. And once I installed it on the PC, which was literally just 2 cables, and I bought that. Sorry, tell a lie. Let me start this story again. So I bought the SSD drive, which is a little block, like a massive SD. It's basically like a giant SD card, for £36. And then same thing on Amazon. I bought this bracket pack, which had a bracket to put the SSD drive on, and it's called a SATA cable and a power cable, so I could fit it into my PC. Opened up my PC, installed it in about 1 minute, because it's that easy, just screwing it in, 2 cables, and you can even see on your motherboard it says SATA cables. You just plug it straight in, and then went on the computer, and then SanDisk have their own program on their own website, which copies your Windows files from your traditional hard drive, which runs a bit slower, straight onto the SSD drive. It then restarts itself, and everything's just moved on to this really quick hard drive. And the difference, my computer now loads up in about 15 to 20 seconds, but from pushing the button on to on the desktop in about 20 seconds. And it's incredible. It's incredible the difference just doing some minor upgrades to your PC or laptop can do. You don't have to go and buy big graphics cards or new processors and all that caper. You can just spend about 50 quid and just buy some RAM. Make sure you've got a decent SSD drive, and that's it. Your computer suddenly has a new breath of life. And I noticed that. I spent about, and it saved me a fortune because I was doing it myself. And yeah, it's a bit scary. I mean, I haven't got to the point of doing graphics card. I mean, I'm sure a processor will be, if I ever do a processor upgrade, that's going to be a little bit more involved, because it's going to be a bit more than just plugging something in and then the computer going, oh, you've got a new thing. But like I put an extra fan on my PC at the back because I noticed it was getting a bit hot in one place. So I bought this thing called a PCI fan, and I slotted it in, I powered up the cable, and then I went to the BIOS end, and I could see the fan there that the computer recognised. Ha ha ha! No, you don't owe me a drink. Someone taught me all this stuff. Honestly, I was just like, I was just amazed at just some simple upgrades. So look at your laptop. First thing, get some RAM. Once you get the RAM and it's installed, or you got more RAM, go to the BIOS, check that it's running at the right RAM speed. That's the main thing. Secondly, have a look. Can you put a better hard drive in? I don't know how you'll do it on a laptop. I have no idea. But if you can get a faster, it's called an SSD, a solid state drive. If you can get one of those working, you'll notice the difference on everything just speeds up. And then try streaming with cameras and microphones and all the rest of it again. That's how I did it. That's how I got this 1080p stream. I just researched it, done some minor upgrades to my computer. It helps having one of these, like a proper microphone as well. Like you know, my boyfriend bought me that. I was very for a Christmas present. So you know, I was very lucky. But having a good camera, this camera as well. This camera cost me about £40 off LG one. It's a really popular one. So you'll find it when you do reviews and all that. Right, what are we doing here anyway? Oh, I've done that one. Yeah, no, I've started doing videos on streaming. So I started off with some basics like, you know, the reasons for streaming. Then I did a really basic one on the equipment you're going to need for streaming. My next one in the series is going to be how to do some minor... But the problem is, if I did a video about upgrading your PC, I'd look like a bit of a fool because I don't really understand the technicalities behind it. Like, I don't understand why doing something necessarily makes it better. All I can say is that it speeds up your computer. So, but yeah, I could do a video on basic upgrades to get your stream going, definitely. I want to do something like that, but I worry that there's probably a lot better videos out there of people that know what they're... Like, you know, real techie people that know what they're talking about that can probably do that a lot better than I could. But yeah, I mean, a video to help streamers, just like, is your stream struggling? Here's a few basic things I did just to improve my stream. Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I'm sure I'd get a new a-hole ripped. Yeah, no, I'm very lucky. The mic audio, I'm very lucky. My boyfriend treated me a Christmas present to a quite expensive microphone. That's the only reason why the sound is good on my videos and stuff, because I would never have been able to afford it myself. But he always said when he watched my videos, oh, I wish your sound was better. And for Christmas present, he bought me, he very kindly bought me a really good... I wouldn't have had it. I would have just been using a normal £20, you know, Microsoft microphone or something. So I'm quite lucky. But the webcam, I mean, my next upgrade in terms of stream is going to be lighting. Oh shit, there's two of these things. Oh, I'm definitely going to need my big sword here, aren't I? I'm going to need the old big red. Now, Tiger, I thought your sound was okay. Like, I never had any problems. I'll tell you what you need to do, Tiger, is get something a bit more volume, a bit more bass behind it, maybe. Like, get a microphone that's got a bit of bass adjuster on it or something. Because sometimes when you're talking, if you were sort of looking away or whatever, it was kind of like losing it a little bit. But that's all. It was all right. Yeah, that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, there'd be much better people out there that could do a video on, you know, how to update your computer and stuff. But I could do some basic things for streaming, but I don't see any. I mean, let's be honest. I'm not a computer expert, so that would be it'd be a bit of a jokey video. I think it would just be like, it'd be more like, this is what I did to improve my stream. Rather than, you know, I'm a definitive expert on computers and I can get your computer running really, really well and all that, because that's not the case at all. God. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. overwhelmed here. Ah! Ah! They're gonna kill me. Let's just get out of there for a second. Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, I will continue doing videos on my streaming tips and stuff. So maybe that could be the next one. Like, you know, just a talk about these are some basic things you can do about spending much money. And, you know, if you're not doing those, your stream's not going to be probably where you want it to be. Yeah, no, you haven't done. Look, please don't apologise, blimey. Oh, poo! I didn't mean to do that. I'm just sitting here getting drunk, and I'm feeling pretty drunk now. I've had about 6 shots of JD, and I put it all in a beer. So I'm slowly getting more droopy as we go. Cause I'm a bit of a lightweight anyway. I like my alcohol though, so I'll carry on drinking. It's not like I'm a lightweight where like I'll just stop. It's more I'm a lightweight that I get drunk quick. See, the problem is, as soon as you kill one, the thing just releases another. I really need to get rid of this thing. Oh, finally! Right, just take out these guys. No, please don't apologise. Honestly, no, honestly, that's crazy. Apologising for having a conversation with someone on a stream. You're too polite. Yeah, but Tiger, I liked your stream, Tiger, because I liked the minimalist feel. Like you put all the concentration onto the game, so I kind of like that because it was quite an immersive game. I think that's kind of important. Oh, do you know what? This isn't even the end of this, is it? No. Blimey Moses, here we go. Oh, blimey heads. Right, let's go and sort myself out. Right. Whew. Intense game. Well, if you hate the sound of your own voice, then streaming is probably not for you. Oh! Oh, for goodness sake, just die! Two of these things together is just killer. Thank God. Probably deal with one a bit better. Oh, right, what's next? Oh, this is an intense game. Have you not got a camera either, Tiger? You don't do the camera. I quite like seeing people on stream. I quite like seeing them. I don't know. That's just. But I don't. Also, if it's an in-depth game, though, I don't mind not seeing someone because you're kind of there for the game, you know, and the story and whatnot. Oh, the game's well hard on your own. This would be a cinch if there's a group of us. I need them to group up again. Look, double whammies. Oh. Oh, yeah, you can't set it up. Oh, I quite like being on camera. I'm a big fan of, I mean, I do a mixture, for my YouTube videos, I do a mixture of just like me talking, and then I do ones where I'm on camera and stuff. I try to mix it up a little bit so viewers can see the person. I think that's important. Jesus Christ! Die! 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 Oh! Thing is, I know exactly what's coming after this as well. Another one of those big things. Oh! Oh, have a breather. Woo! Oh yeah, but it's up. Yeah, well then, but Tiger, if you're saying you get anxious, it's good then that you're like putting yourself out there to... Hey, I've just noticed Sonic's behind my face on that picture thing. Let's move Sonic over. I'm just going to have a brief respite, guys. This game's quite an intense game. Whew. Hey, Sonic. There you are. Sorry, Sonic. Whew. I'm also feeling a bit pissed. I've not almost drunk my... anyone that's just joined the stream, I've been mixing beer with Jack Daniels. And I'm feeling a bit tipsy. I'm a lightweight, as in I get drunk quick, but I can drink a lot. That's the difference. Woo! Yeah, bitter with JD is actually quite nice. Quite like it. Look at that, look. Just a couple of hits and they're already doing me in. Yeah. You should get back into the reviews. I bet they were good. Ow! Critical hit. Oh, 2 critical hits in a row. I mean, come on, computer. Oh. Really need shifter and D-band. There's one down. Oh, come on. Oh, come on! Computer, seriously? 4 misses in a row? I don't know. I thought when I was watching your streams during the week, I didn't think you were tongue-tied. You do laugh a lot, though. You giggle at your own jokes a lot. Which I thought was quite cool. God, some tough enemies out here. Right. Now then. Now then, now then, now then. Right, 2 of these beasties. See if I can call one out first. Alright. Ah! Wah! Oh my god! Whoa! Oh, that was annoying. Ah! Pfft. Poo bams. Big fat poo bum head. I thought you did alright on the stream. I didn't think you sounded anxious or anything like that. Right, one more of those buggers. Oh, messed up there, messed up. Oh, damn it. It's tough. Ah, screw you. No! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Ah! Woo! Whoa! That's strong. Whew. Life hacks. If you want to get drunk, pour out a pint of beer and pour loads of JD in it. Oh, what? The microphone? I will laugh. You know I'm going to laugh. Right, we're nearly on the boss, folks. The folks that have stuck around all this time, we're about to see the boss. So once I kill this big ogre thing, this Hilbert, sound like that they're called, Hilbert. I can't get to Twitter right now. Well, I could actually, yes I can. Where's me blower? What, you on Twitter? Twitter. Twit faces. Right. What's your name on Twitter? Is it still Tiger? Ah, there we are. No, I can't see it. Never mind. Oh, I've gone the wrong bloody... Oh, I've gone the wrong bloody way. Yeah, I probably will laugh. Now, I think from my time being a film student, I learned that sound is half of the experience, right? And any good director will tell you that sound is half of the experience, right? So, what do they mean by that? Is that like that? Sound is like so important now in things we look on video, that having poor, if you've got poor quality sound, you might as well just not bother with the sound at all, because people are looking for an experience. Oh, this is ridiculous for these things. This is just ridiculous. Look, it's like you can't escape. Just die! Just trying to duke it out one-on-one with these things like impossible. Alright, I'll look at it in a second. Ah! Ah, I got him stuck. Good. He can't turn around now. Good old Phantasy Star with its bugs. Oh, Tiger! Oh, no way! Oh! Oh, that's it! Right! Boss time! Oh, he's gone a different way today. Well, that's not doing anything, is it? Oh, damn it! I've messed this up already. I messed that up. I messed that up. Let me start again. Let me start again. I messed that up. I got my angles all wrong. I also need some more fluids. Good job I got half a meal in the bank. Right, let's do this properly. Right, I must remember to leave a pipe next to the boss room. Good job, we're pretty close. Let's do this. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. Come on, team. Oh, my ear's all sticky. Right, so if I die again, which I shouldn't, then we can just zoom straight back here. Look, we've got a pipe. We've got a telepipe. Telepipe. Come on, Dragon Egg. Where are ya? Damn it. Here we go. Oh man, I'm messing this up big time. Oh, for goodness sake! It's like as soon as you touch him, you get frozen. Right, managed to paralyse him a little bit, which is good for me. There we go. He doesn't like electricity, clearly. There's actually, what sort of damage is that electricity doing? Not a lot. Doesn't seem to like electricity. Right, you have to get hit there. It's really hard to avoid him, so it's better off just getting hit. And then just waiting for him to do his thing. There he goes. Ah, what am I doing? You can try and avoid him, but it doesn't really work. He automatically gets you. Yeah, Tiger, that's not good. Get yourself a headset. Treat yourself. Treat yourself to a headset. You've got some pretty nice ones out there now. Yep, you have to get hit. There's no avoiding that. I've been trying for 20 years to avoid that. It just doesn't happen. Ah! Just touched his toe there. Oh, he's flown back up in the air again now. Oh, I don't know. I don't use the headset. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Seriously? Ah! This is really hard on your own. I don't know. You'd have to look on a headset forum or something, like the good old days. I have no idea about headsets. Never used them. Not my sort of thing. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Come on! Finally, died. Finally. Right, so that's that boss. That's the first level of Phantasy Star. It's a long old game. It'd be a lot easier if other people joined me. I don't know why they're not. Oh, very good. Guys, now I've completed the first level, I'm gonna have a break. Because that was intense. Don't need any of that crap. Right, so that's the first level of Phantasy Star Online. I did it on my own. Wish people would come and join me. I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'll be back in 10 minutes. See you later. Hey guys, how you doing? I've just realised how late it is. I thought it was about 9 o'clock. I'm a bit of a football fan. I want to watch Match of the Day too, and I think that's on in about sort of 15 minutes or so. So I'm gonna call it. Sorry, I honestly didn't mean to keep people waiting. I just realised the time when I was on my break. So I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thanks for hanging out. And do you know what? Thank you for reaffirming my my belief in that YouTube is a place that I can spend some time, because, you know, I've had a lot of problems on YouTube with people trolling me and sending some really nasty stuff. So it's nice to actually have a really nice evening where those people didn't turn up and give me a load of rubbish and say nasty things about me, and have some nice people to talk to. So I've had a real blast, and I think that's it. I'm going to try and do these again in the future. I'm gonna try and do some more streaming on YouTube, because it's okay. I'm still not convinced that it's better than Twitch though. I'm still not convinced, but I will come back and do streaming again. So thank you very much for a lovely evening and a lovely time. Have fun at your workies tomorrow, as I will be having. So